Stop scrolling. Listen now. Don't blink. Chosen one. This message isn't for everyone and you know it. If you're here out of habit, leave. If you're here because something pulled you in, stay. Only a specific frequency is hearing this. Others won't feel it. An order was issued last night. A record was flagged. A quiet classification changed. It's tied to you. Have you noticed your sleep breaking at the same minute? Waking with a heavy chest, heart loud, mind rushing? Have people started acting? Off looking at you longer, responding slower, pulling back without a fight? Did you feel the urge to cut something clean? Without drama? Think about this. You sent a message. It showed, seen, then silence. Or the call that ended mid-sentence, no goodbye. Or that moment someone stayed quiet when they usually push back. 5 seconds, 10, cold down your spine. You didn't say it out loud, but you felt it land. This is a 72-hour window. If you scroll, you'll miss it. Subscribe and turn on notifications. Stay to the end. Comment 333 if your body reacted before your mind. At the end, I'll reveal the final sign, what was recorded, who moves first, and exactly what gets removed from your path next. Listen, here's why it matters, and why it didn't look dramatic when it happened. You're not imagining it. You didn't misread it. This is real. And it crossed a line last night that only gets crossed quietly. No witnesses, no reaction, no external signal. Still, the threshold was passed, clean and exact, and the system logged it immediately, not because it was loud, but because it was consistent. Patterns matter more than moments. When alignment happens without effort, the monitoring tier shifts on its own, and that elevation never announces itself. This runs on protocol, not preference. Your behavior routed through a review layer most people never reach, and the moment it did, a flag tripped, a file surfaced, an audit began, and classification followed in sequence. Most people never trigger it. You did. This isn't mystical. It's procedural. The kind of process that doesn't care what you believe, only what you do repeatedly. The system only tags rare signatures, fewer than 200 at any given time, and it does so without ceremony. The markers aren't flashy, just measurable. You recover faster than expected. You see through masks without trying. You refuse cheap energy even when it's convenient. And you keep moving without needing applause. Not because you asked, because it's measurable. No ego, no performance, logged behavior only. Here's the core event, and it doesn't need embellishment. Your file was pulled. A special audit window opened for 72 hours, and within that window, one internal detail surfaced immediately. Access denied, bounced clean, routing changed, and nothing leaked through. That's all you need right now. Stamped, not random. Time matters more than emotion here. The countdown is live at 72 hours, and there's also a secondary control number the system uses to verify stability. 7. If you track patterns, you've already seen it repeat. If you don't, you'll still feel the pressure without seeing the numbers. Same result either way. You may have noticed the signs lining up without effort. Restless sleep, waking at odd hours, a heavy chest at night while the mind stays loud, sudden intolerance for things that used to slide by, reading people faster than you meant to, feeling out of sync in rooms you once fit perfectly. Good. Noted. And then there's the micro moment you can't shake, the one that felt too specific to ignore. That one message with the scene and silence, or the call that didn't ring twice, or the pause that made your stomach drop for no logical reason. 5 seconds where everything went quiet and your body reacted before your thoughts caught up. That's the timestamp. Logged. When a file is flagged, environments resort automatically. People don't suddenly turn against you, they drift. Someone changes temperature without explanation. A familiar dynamic becomes unbearable overnight. At the same time, a small door opens exactly when it's needed. An invite, a name, a piece of information, an opportunity that lands clean without spectacle. No fireworks, just alignment. This is how pressure redistributes. The system removes friction by subtraction. What no longer fits steps back. What fits moves closer. There's no punishment here. No reward either, just calibration. Stamped, confirmed. You might feel random loneliness in crowds, and that's normal at this stage. It isn't loss, it's bandwidth clearing. Coincidence chains tighten. Repeating numbers surface. Sharp intuition sharpens further. None of this requires belief. It requires attention. Understand this clearly. Nothing dramatic has to happen outwardly for this to count. The action that triggered the pull was small, silent, and correct. You didn't announce it. You didn't justify it. You did it anyway. And that's why it registered, measured, filed. The 72-hour window determines routing from here. Some paths close softly without explanation. Some doors open once and don't reopen. This isn't about speed. It's about precision. If you feel the urge to cut something clean without drama, listen. That impulse didn't appear out of nowhere. It arrived with the audit. Stay steady. Don't overcorrect. Don't perform. The system reads consistency, not intensity. Keep doing exactly what you already did. That's enough. In part 2, I'll give you personalized proof. One simple check. One marker you can run today to confirm what was flagged. Don't guess it. Just stay. Good. This is the proof I promised. Personal. Specific. We're not changing direction. We're tightening focus. What follows doesn't rely on belief or interpretation. It's verification. Now watch. Lately, have you felt tired without reason? Even after sleep, eyes open, body heavy, energy flat by mid-morning? Drain test. Have you noticed a quiet internal shift, like you're not the same person anymore, even though nothing big happened? Recalibration pass. Have you started reading people faster, catching tone, intent, micro pauses before they finish a sentence? Sightline activation. Have coincidences begun stacking, numbers repeating, names resurfacing, timing lining up too clean to dismiss? Sync confirmation. Have familiar places or people started irritating you? Instantly, tight chest, jaw set, urge to leave without explanation? Environment rejection filter. And privately, did you choose integrity once? No witnesses, no credit when taking the easier route would have gone unnoticed. Integrity check. Good. That's the tag. Logged. You're not being dramatic. You're not confused. You're not making it up. Those aren't feelings. They're tags. Here's why that matters. Each tag doesn't appear alone. They cluster. They escalate. And once enough tags register together, the system stops asking questions and starts routing outcomes. Quietly, automatically, no announcement. Some night recently you were still. Maybe staring at the ceiling. Maybe standing in a doorway. Maybe holding your phone without opening anything. You felt a clean internal no. Not emotional. Not angry. Clear. Final. A boundary you didn't negotiate with yourself. That was the moment. Crossed. Line crossed event. After that, the environment reacted. Not loudly. Subtly. A pullback where there used to be pressure. A bait that didn't land. Noise that lost its grip. Tests appeared, then dissolved when you didn't chase them. One dynamic stalled. Another thinned out. You didn't force it. You didn't explain. Point passed. Point of no return. This is how confirmation works. Not fireworks. Friction reduction. When the system sees clean decisions under no supervision, it stops needing to test with chaos. It tests with precision instead. Smaller moves, shorter windows, higher stakes. Good. Progressing. If you recognized at least 3 of these, then your review is live. Your file is flagged. Uplift is active. Not completed. Active. There's a difference. And you don't need all of them, just enough to establish the pattern. The rest follow on schedule. Notice what didn't happen. You weren't asked to prove anything. You weren't rewarded immediately. You weren't warned. That's intentional. The system verifies behavior, not reaction. It watches what you do when nothing seems to be watching. Measured, stored. You may also notice a strange calm mixed with pressure. Calm because you're aligned, pressure because timing tightened. Both can coexist. That doesn't mean something is wrong. It means the routing is specific now. Less margin, fewer retries, cleaner outcomes. Don't look for signs externally. Don't narrate. Don't over-adjust. Overcorrection introduces noise. Noise slows routing. Consistency accelerates it. Simple. Exact. If something feels suddenly intolerable, trust that. If something small feels unexpectedly right, follow that. not impulsively, precisely. The system reads restraint better than urgency. Hold steady. That's enough. In part 3, I'll give you confirmation markers that don't depend on mood or interpretation. One simple check, one unmistakable sign you can verify without guessing. I won't explain it ahead of time. Just stay. These are the confirmation signs. No theory, no guessing. What follows isn't symbolic, emotional, or interpretive. It's a readout, a sheet, a record, and it only appears when the window is active. First comes the shift in sleep. You either fall asleep faster than usual, or wake abruptly with vivid fragments that feel organized, almost structured, clear scenes, sharp impressions, then nothing. No spiraling dreams, no chaos. Just precision, then silence. That's a reset, not a disturbance. Stamped, not luck. Second, intuition starts firing before logic. You know something instantly, in the body, without analysis. The chest tightens or relaxes. The stomach answers. Logic arrives later and doesn't argue. There's no internal debate anymore. Clean, verified. That alignment doesn't happen randomly. That's not coincidence. Third, timing begins to synchronize. Numbers repeat on clocks, receipts, screens not as symbols, just as markers. Messages arrive at exact minutes. Delays resolve at precise points. Things don't drift. They land. Aligned. Recorded. Coincidences don't stack like this. Fourth, social energy resorts. Warm interactions turn neutral. Neutral turns cold. No confrontation. No explanation. At the same time, one unexpected person reaches out once brief. Direct. Oddly timed. It doesn't continue. It doesn't need to. Observed. Logged. Fifth, old containers reject you. Music that used to work now feels wrong. Places feel loud even when they're quiet. Familiar routines irritate immediately. You leave early without drama or explanation. Not avoidance rejection. Good. Necessary. Sixth, precision openings appear. A small door opens exactly when pressure peaks. An invite, a name, a piece of information, a tool. It's usable immediately. No chase, no convincing, no hype. Exact, on time. This is routing. Seventh, you feel oversight without threat. Not watched, measured. Protected without drama. Corrected without force. Mistakes narrow. Near misses bounce clean instead of landing. You feel contained, not restricted. Stable. That sensation doesn't come from imagination. Eighth, there's a microdata moment you can't dismiss. A text tone shifts. A scene holds longer than expected. A room feels wrong for 10 seconds, then clears when you step back. You don't argue it. You don't rationalize. You adjust. Time-stamped. Filed. They don't show up one at a time. They stack. That stacking is the tell. When sleep, intuition, timing, social temperature, container rejection, and precision openings appear together, the system isn't suggesting, it's confirming. Quietly, cleanly, without spectacle. Confirmed, active. Read that again. The absence of drama is part of the evidence. No panic, no urgency, no need to explain yourself to anyone. When noise drops, signal sharpens. When explanations disappear, accuracy increases. Good. Proceed. If you're seeing 5 of these inside the window, the review is live, not complete. Live. That matters. Live reviews adjust routes in real time. They close options, softly, instead of loudly. They remove friction by subtraction. Measured. Ongoing. You may notice a brief lag after each marker, minutes, hours, sometimes a full day where nothing seems to happen. That isn't delay, it's verification. Systems double-check before committing resources. Normal. Expected. Keep your behavior unchanged. Don't perform for the markers. Don't hunt them. Hunting adds noise. The sheet reads best when you're neutral, steady, consistent. If a familiar option closes without conflict, let it close. If a small opening appears without promise, take one step. No more. Precision beats enthusiasm here. One step, then stop. You don't need all 8 markers. No one does. The rule is clustering, not completion. 3. Initiate attention. 5. Lock the review. Beyond that, routing accelerates on its own. Clear. Defined. Remember the smallest data point the moment your body answered before your thoughts. That's the cleanest marker on the page. It doesn't repeat loudly. It repeats accurately. Trust that. Proceed. And when the markers stack, the next phase starts. Something begins to move in the real world. In part 4, I'll tell you what shifts first. From here on out, everything changes rhythm. You already felt the markers stack. The smallest data point confirmed it. Not loud. Locked. Not a miracle. A sequence. The first shift shows up as truth exposure through distance. Something familiar cools without conflict. Maybe it's that one screenshot you reread and suddenly understand differently. Or a scene with no reply that doesn't hurt the way it used to. Or a joke that lands cold and stays there. That's access closing. Stamped. Truth release. This isn't loss. It's clearance. When access closes cleanly, it frees routing for what actually fits. No confrontation needed. No speeches. Just quiet subtraction. Good. Necessary. The second shift is smaller but precise. A door opens that doesn't require chasing. A message lands with, "Are you free this week?" Or a quick call request that's specific, not vague. Maybe one slot opened. Maybe someone drops a name twice. Casually. Like it's nothing. It wasn't hunted. It was routed. Locked. Precision opening. Notice the difference. There's no hype. No pressure. Just a clean offer that matches timing exactly. You'll feel it in the body first. Calm, not adrenaline. Correct. Proceed. The third shift is internal but powerful. Clarity increases. Peace expands. You say no with fewer words. You stop explaining. You wake up without sprinting thoughts. Sleep deepens, not longer deeper. Calm equals control returning. Confirmed. Calm upgrade. This calm isn't passive, it's operational. When calm shows up, it means the system no longer needs to flood you with urgency to get movement. You're steering again. New noise. Aligned. The fourth shift is practical resources enough for the next step. Not fantasy. A cost drops unexpectedly. A bill gets lighter. A tool appears at the right moment. A discount, a schedule opening, a workaround that saves time instead of money. Enough is the signal. Measured. Resource release. Pay attention here. It won't look like everything. It will look like sufficient. That's intentional. The system releases what's needed to move once, not to settle forever. Functional. Exact. If the sequence continues, the fifth shift arrives quietly. Recognition without drama. One person. One conversation. They say something simple like, "I've been looking for someone like you." Or, "You're different. I can tell." No applause. No crowd. Recognition matches alignment. Logged. Recognition match. This isn't validation. It's fit. And it only happens after subtraction, not before. Correct order. No rush. Understand this clearly. This is not overnight magic. It's a chain of alignment. A layered sequence, executed with surgical timing. Each outcome unlocks the next by removing what no longer fits, revealing what was blocked, and replacing it with something precise. Alignment doesn't drop a perfect life. It removes, reveals, replaces, stamped, locked. You don't need to become someone else to keep this moving. You don't need new personalities, louder confidence, or dramatic reinvention. Hold your value axis. Keep your standards intact. Protect your integrity even when something familiar tries to pull you back. Familiar isn't aligned anymore. Stay clean. Stay clear. Stay steady. Because there will be one final, normal-looking test before the sequence fully settles. A sweet text. A softer voice. A tempting shortcut. A quick talk that sounds harmless. Not a curse. A preference test. Simple. Decisive. This test doesn't punish. It just checks direction. If you choose clean alignment over comfort, the sequence locks in. If not, it pauses. No drama either way. Your move. Measured. And here's the peak truth. Once this sequence starts, you don't need to force outcomes. You just need to not go backward. Forward motion, is already routed. Don't interrupt it. Let it work. If you want to go deeper so you can move faster, if you want to go deeper so you can move faster, this is where it becomes practical. Not hype, not belief, just tools, used correctly, inside a live window. For the ones who want to go deeper and move faster, there's a short, focused resource I made priced at less than a pizza, designed to keep you from missing timing while this sequence is active. It includes a bonus audiobook, plus a 5-minute guide you can run once, cleanly, without turning this into a project. It's linked in the description and the pinned comment. Use it if you want structure without noise. Skip it if you don't. Control stays with you. Now back to what matters, because you didn't make it here by accident. You've already seen the signs, not just inside you, but around you. Rhythm changed. Timing tightened. The sequence started. The window is live, and it doesn't stay open forever. Let's lock this in. Rhythm shifted, signs clustered, environment resorted, intuition sharpened, containers rejected, a precision opening appeared. Then the pullback showed up, quiet and ordinary. That's the pattern. That's the order. It didn't arrive as chaos. It arrived as alignment. That's how you know it's real. It stacks. Good. Stamped. Locked. Here are the only rules that matter for the next 72 hours. First, don't explain yourself. Silence preserves leverage. Second, don't reopen doors that closed cleanly, even if they knock politely. Closed is closed. Third, track patterns. Protect your sleep, and keep your schedule light enough to notice timing. No rituals, just control. Simple. Enough. There will be one more pullback. Not dramatic. Normal. A text that sounds warm. A call that feels softer. An invite that offers comfort over clarity. Maybe even a small apology that would have worked last week. When it arrives, your chest tightens for a second, or your stomach drops, or everything goes still. That's the cue. It's not a warning, it's confirmation. Read that carefully. Not a warning. Confirmation. This is how the system checks preference, not worth, comfort or alignment, familiar or precise. The check is gentle because the decision is yours. No punishment, no reward, direction only. Good. Measured. If you choose clean alignment again without speeches, without proving, without chasing, the sequence locks. If you don't, it pauses. Either way, you're not wrong. But only one direction keeps momentum. You already know which one it is. No noise, no drama. What happens next isn't magic, it's movement. Small, real shifts that make the next step easier than the last. Less friction, fewer distractions, better timing. You don't need to force anything now. Forward motion is already routed. Your job is to not go backward. Hold steady. That's it. If you use the tool I mentioned, it helps you stay precise inside the window, nothing more. If you didn't, that's fine. Precision is a behavior, not a purchase. Either way, the markers still apply. Clean. Clear. Now I'm going to tell you the most important thing, but not yet. In the closing, I'll point out the clearest marker, the final sign, the one small moment that locks uplift permanently if you recognize it. Miss that, and the window closes quietly. Stay with me. You're not imagining it. You didn't misread it. A final protocol was escalated, your file was pulled, and a clean window opened. That's why everything changed. Rhythm. This is the sign-off. Chosen One isn't a title, it's responsibility. No proof required. Hold the axis. Stay clean. Stay clear. For the next 72 hours, keep it simple and exact. Don't explain yourself, even if silence feels unfamiliar. Don't reopen doors that closed without resistance. Clean closures matter. Write down what repeats. Names, times, numbers, moments. Make one private right decision that no one sees and no one applauds. That's how you stay in sync with the window. What comes next won't arrive as fireworks. Truth starts to surface without force. A precise opening begins to move small, usable, on time. Calm increases in the body before outcomes change on the calendar. Resources show up as enough, not excess. And the right person recognizes you quietly, without hype. This starts to appear within days, not months. Good. Stamped. Active. Here's the soft warning. Don't sabotage the sequence by returning to the old version of yourself. Don't explain your growth to people who benefit from your confusion. Don't rush to prove anything. Familiarity will try to call you back. Comfort will knock politely. You already know the difference. Chosen ones recognize chosen ones. You'll feel it when it happens. Short sentences, direct eye contact, no performance. That's alignment, not validation. Now the stack. Subscribe. Do it now. Turn on the bell. Comment 777 if you felt the shift before you understood it. Share this with one person who's on your frequency, just one. If you want a clean tool to stay precise inside the window, the deep material is there, priced at less than a pizza, with a bonus audiobook and a 5-minute guide linked in the description and pinned comment. Use it or don't. Control stays with you. No rituals, no drama, just control. This is your certificate moment. Not paper, not applause. A quiet confirmation that what you did when no one was watching was recorded. That's why doors are rearranging. That's why the noise dropped. That's why the timing tightened. Stay steady for the next 72 hours. Track patterns. Protect your sleep. Choose alignment over comfort once more. Then stop interfering. Let the sequence work. One more thing remains. In the next video, I'll show you the clearest marker, the final sign. One small moment that locks uplift completely if you recognize it. Miss that moment and the window closes quietly. Click the video on your screen.